Hello everyone, good evening. You're welcome once again to Temi B's channel. So if you're stumbling at my channel for the first time, I want to say a very big welcome to you. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for always watching all my videos. So one of the reasons I want to share this video I'm about to share is because somebody might be inspired by what the information I'm about to share, and they might also want to do the same. So if you know or you feel that somebody's might need this information I'm about to share, you can also share it, and they can watch, and also encourage them to subscribe to my channel, because I have amazing information, amazing content that will be useful to somebody someday. So let's dive into this. So what inspired me, and why did I decide to have my children outside Nigeria? So as far back as 2003, no, 2005 precisely, I had the opportunity of traveling out of Nigeria, and the country I traveled to is in Western Europe, and the name of the country happens to be Belgium. So I went there, and I had also the opportunity to school. I did like a French course in Belgium. So at that time I was living with one of my mom's friend, who happened to be the acting ambassador of Gambia to Belgium. So she was one that arranged my coming over to Belgium so that I could improve my French language. So when I was there, normally the place she was living at that time was like a bit far from central Brussels. So she was living at Chaussée de Waterloo, and my school was in central Brussels. So from Chaussée de Waterloo to central Brussels was about almost an hour. So what happened was that she had a driver that usually drives her to work. Then from her place of work, I would just take only one tram, because in Belgium they have both trains, they have trams, and they have buses. So but it was a tram, the tram 90, we call it tram 90, which I was to be tram 90, would pick me from her office down to my school and would bring me back. So I tried, the first day I went all by myself. So the second day, she told me all the measures, all the information that I needed to, follow, because Belgium is a very strict country, and they always tell us that anywhere you are going to, make sure you have a form of ID. So luckily for me, I had my ID with me. My ID was in my bag. All my information, my international passport, my student card was inside my bag. So what actually happened was that as I was going, I went to school, everything went beautifully well. So on my coming back, there was a drunk driver that was driving a tram. A tram is like a train that goes around the a city, like a city train. So the driver was drunk. Meanwhile, there's a place whereby people that have that are side workers, like you're using your legs to walk, they call them les piétons in French. So there was a place for les piétons, like people that are side workers that usually walk. There is a traffic light for them, and also there's the general traffic light. So it was time for me to cross over to the other side and just walk about 2 minutes to get to the Gambian embassy in Belgium. That was how this drunk driver just came, and the next thing I could remember, I found myself in the hospital. So when I got to the hospital, I was wondering, I said, I collapsed. I think the shock and everything, I collapsed. And when I collapsed, I was rushed to the hospital. On getting to the hospital, I didn't know how I didn't know how I found myself at the hospital, but I learned that people, like a lot of people, called the ambulance and they carried me, and that was how I was in the hospital. The next thing, when I opened my eyes, I saw my host, yes, the acting ambassador of Gambia. Then I saw her, at my bedside, and I saw one person, one Samaritan. I don't even know, I could not remember her face. She was also there. I think she was one that helped me. She's an African. She's from either Congo or this. There are a lot of Congolese in Belgium, because Belgium happened. Congo was colonized by the Belgians, so there are a lot of Congolese. But the lady is actually a Congolese that came, and she's quite elderly. She was like, she could not just leave me all by myself, so she helped me down to the hospital. And the next thing, I saw that I had a lot of wires all over my body, and they started begging me. I saw that they were begging me. The Belgian government wrote to me that they are very sorry. They looked at the camera, because my auntie was like, she wanted to find out what actually happened. She looked at the cameras and found out that it was the guy that was drunk, and they started pleading. They were begging me. I think maybe they reimbursed my, I don't really know. But I knew, all I could remember, that I was in the hospital and I had the best of care. Like, it was a female ward. I was admitted in a female ward, and I was going around later in the day when I was like conscious. I went around the ward. I saw the way, people that had children. There's a glass that, because you're not allowed to, everybody has a tag. You're not allowed to come into the hospital if you don't have like a particular ward. If you don't have the tag to enter, if you're not a patient or whatever, it's either you have on your hand, or there's a tag that they put on your hand as a patient, so you use it to enter and come out. So I saw the way they were taking care of people that were, they were having babies. I went to baby section because I like children. So I went to the baby section and I saw the way they were carefully taking care of, people that were this year. Me, I was just like on an emergency patient that was brought in the hospital. And guess what that day? I ate all their food. Oh. I ate. The hospital can't be like hotel. I ate all their food. So I just said that experience alone. I said, no, when I'm having my children, I don't think I'm going to have any of them in Nigeria. I'm going to have all my children in outside the four walls of my country, because I saw an amazing care that I've never experienced. So in my next video, I'm going to be sharing with you some of the countries I gave birth to my children. And please, I will just encourage you, anytime you see that video, all you need to do is quickly click it, share it, and maybe somebody might benefit from that. Somebody might benefit from that video that I'm about, to share. Experience. Everybody's experience is different, but at least when you pick from this person's experience, you pick from another experience, you put it together, it becomes, something amazing. So have a nice evening. I'll see you all in my next video. Bye bye. I love you all.